Queen Camilla pushed too far, plotting to elevate her son, bypassing royal tradition, and threatening the line of succession. The palace responded with swift, silent force. Within days, she lost her title, her power, and her place. This isn't scandal. This is treason, and the crown never forgets. Camilla's bold demand at Clarence House. In the first week of July, behind the guarded gates of Clarence House, Queen Camilla arrives with a purpose. No staff, no distractions, just a private, high-stakes meeting with the one man who still holds the power to change everything, King Charles. She waits until the door is locked and the room is cleared. Then, with practiced calm, she delivers a line that instantly changes the temperature of the room. "I think Tom deserves recognition, a title. It's time." Her tone is respectful. Her words are measured. But the message is nuclear. Camilla doesn't pitch it as personal. She knows better than that. Instead, she wraps it in the language of progress. She speaks of modernizing the monarchy, of rewarding those who have stood by the crown through scandal and silence. But it's all strategy. What she's really doing is laying the groundwork to elevate Tom Parker Bowles, her son from a previous marriage, before Prince William fully takes control. To Charles, it sounds like a request. But to anyone watching closely, it's a power move, a direct attempt to place her bloodline into the royal spotlight. Charles says nothing. He listens, stone-faced, nodding only once. No agreement, no questions. Just a long, unreadable silence. Still, Camilla walks out believing she's made progress. She thinks she's planted a seed, that with time and the right press coverage, it will bloom. But she's wrong, because what she doesn't know is that someone else was listening. A royal aide, loyal to William, had already flagged an unusual pattern. Conversations overheard, messages intercepted, whispers of titles being discussed off the record. And this conversation? It's the confirmation they were waiting for. "You're thinking of the future," Camilla told him. "So am I." But the future she's planning isn't hers to shape. As she steps back into the quiet halls of Clarence House, a storm is already gathering behind her. In Windsor, phones begin ringing. Files are pulled, meetings are called, and somewhere deep inside the palace, Prince William is being briefed. The silence Charles gave her wasn't permission. It was the final pause before consequences. The woman who once played the long game is now caught in a race she can't control. Because this time, it's not about public approval or royal image. It's about succession. And Windsor doesn't play nice when the line of inheritance is threatened. William gets the call. The secret plot exposed. Later that same afternoon, as the sun starts to lower behind the gates of Windsor, a quiet moment sends shockwaves through the royal inner circle. An aide, long trusted by Prince William, walks past a secured corridor at Clarence House, just in time to catch the sound of a hushed conversation behind a partially open door. It's Camilla. Her voice is low, calm, and deliberate. But the words? Alarming. She's on the phone with someone from the media, not an official outlet, but a personal contact. A voice she's used before to gently float stories into public consciousness. And this time, the message is crystal clear. The public would support Tom's elevation. It's time they see the value in legacy, even if it's not royal by blood. The aide freezes. She doesn't say title. She doesn't say succession. But she doesn't need to. The implication is sharp enough. Camilla is planting the seed of nobility for Tom Parker Bowles. not based on duty or earned merit, but simply because he's her son. The aide knows what this is. It's not just ambition, it's groundwork for a campaign. Subtle headlines, soft interviews, public sympathy. The same machine Camilla once used to quietly build her own image into that of a worthy queen is now being aimed at the future, and at William's inheritance. Within the hour, the aide is inside Windsor Castle, standing in front of the heir himself. "She's trying to rewrite the royal line," they say. There's a moment of silence. Then Prince William responds, not in panic, not in anger, but with something far more dangerous: clarity. It ends here. Prepare Windsor. He knows what this means. This is no longer about titles or tradition. It's no longer a family dispute. This is about succession, and Camilla has crossed the most sacred line in the institution, trying to shift the future without the crown's consent. William gathers his closest advisors. He orders a deep dive into communications, both internal and external. If there's a leak, it will be sealed. If there's a plan, it will be exposed. "We protect the crown, not our convenience," he says sharply. Phones are locked. Files are pulled. A coded message is sent to his private staff. Prepare Windsor. Because when William takes a stand, the entire system tightens around him. Within hours, Windsor moves from calm to controlled. Schedules shift. Rooms are secured. A confrontation is being staged, and Camilla, still unaware that her phone call triggered a royal alarm, is summoned for what she thinks is a conversation. But what's coming is a reckoning. The Windsor confrontation. William draws the line. Just before 10 a.m. on Wednesday, Camilla arrives at Windsor Castle. The invitation said family discussion, but the atmosphere is cold, controlled, and unmistakably official. She's led into the green drawing room, where Prince William is already seated, alone, no small talk, no delay. On the table in front of him is a thick red folder. Inside, proof. William opens it without a word. One by one, he places down documents, emails between Camilla and a trusted media contact, drafts of headlines framing Tom Parker Bowles as a public servant deserving of recognition, and internal memos from charity officials who had been approached with unusual requests. Then William speaks, calm but ice in his tone. "You're trying to crown your son. That's not your role, and never will be." Camilla stays quiet at first. Then, softly but firmly, she says, "He's my son. I was only trying to help him be seen." But William isn't buying it. He leans forward and replies, "And that's exactly why you'll never sit in my way again." He accuses her of pushing a private legacy into a public institution and threatening the future of the monarchy to serve her own bloodline. Camilla doesn't deny it. She just sighs. "Wouldn't you do the same for George someday?" But the room is already lost. This isn't about maternal instinct. This is about power. And Camilla just played her hand against the wrong heir. She leaves without apology. But the moment she steps outside that room, the system moves against her. And within 24 hours, the machine of the monarchy begins to cut her out. Cutting the strings. Camilla's access shut down. By Thursday morning, Buckingham Palace is already in motion. Camilla's royal access codes are revoked. Security files tied to her private office are sealed. Her financial account, which funds travel, wardrobe, and staff operations, is quietly frozen. No explanation, just a call from admin. "We've been instructed to pause all transactions. Then come the reassignments. Her most trusted aide, with her since 2005, is moved to the Duchess of Edinburgh's team. Other assistants are placed on temporary reassignment, but everyone knows what that means. Exile in silence. Camilla's schedule, once full of events she personally curated, suddenly clears. She checks her phone. Invitations rescinded, meetings cancelled, and one shock hits hardest. Her charity appearances are now being overseen by Catherine. No one told her. No one warned her. "She took it without asking," Camilla mutters to a friend. "No," the friend replies. "They gave it to her, because they trust her now." The message is brutal and clear. Catherine is rising. Camilla is being erased. And the press? Silent. Controlled. Not a single outlet picks up the story, because William's team made sure of it. The royal family never makes loud cuts. They use precision, silence, removal. Camilla isn't out yet, but the doors are closing fast. And the one person she believes will stop it all, King Charles, isn't saying a word. Charles confronts the fallout and fails her. It's Friday morning, and for the first time in weeks, King Charles is alone in his private study at Buckingham Palace. The silence is broken when Camilla bursts through the doors. No appointment, no warning, just raw fury. "They're shutting me out," she snaps. "William's locking doors that only you can open. Do something." Charles doesn't flinch. He doesn't even look up right away. Instead, he carefully closes a folder in his hands, the same one William had sent him 2 nights earlier. Inside were the receipts, leaked memos, email trails, and clear evidence that Camilla had been pulling media strings behind his back. Camilla paces the room. "This is a smear campaign against your wife." But Charles doesn't defend her. He doesn't argue. He just says, slowly and with weight, "I've seen everything, Camilla. I can't ignore it anymore." Her face drops. This is the man she stood beside for over 20 years, through divorce, scandal, public hatred, and political storms. She shielded him, reinvented herself, even helped repair the monarchy's image. And now, in the moment she needs him the most, he turns away. Camilla leans forward, her voice cracking. "He's your son. I'm your wife." Charles replies without emotion, "And he's the future. I won't get in his way." With that one line, he chooses the crown over the woman who helped him wear it. Camilla walks out, not just from the room, but from the marriage as she knew it. There's no public statement, no screaming match, just silence, and a door that closes behind her. But Camilla isn't done. Her next move is explosive, because if the palace won't speak for her, she'll make sure the press does. Camilla's last gamble, launching the media war. By Sunday morning, the royal media landscape shifts, and fast. Multiple tabloids, all old friends of Camilla, begin dropping carefully worded headlines. "Is William freezing out his stepmother?" Royal tensions rise inside the palace walls. Sources claim Camilla is being silenced. The Queen Consort is painted as the victim. The headlines subtly nudge readers toward a single idea: that William is being territorial. Maybe even vengeful. Camilla's friends in the press use phrases like soft coup and Diana's revenge. She's not naming names, but the implication is loud. Behind the scenes, her message is simple. If they cut me out, I'll let the world know who really runs this family. But what Camilla doesn't see coming is that William's media team is already 10 steps ahead. Within 48 hours, a chilling counterleak drops into royal circles and makes its way to digital headlines. Camilla sought title for son before Charles's death, insider reveals. Monarchy was nearly undermined from within. A trusted palace source confirms Camilla had floated Tom's name not just for recognition, but for succession-adjacent roles. That crosses a red line. The narrative flips instantly. Camilla's name, once cautiously defended by sympathetic reporters, becomes radioactive. "You wanted the press? Now you have them," a senior aide tells her quietly. And the consequences are brutal. By Monday, Charles is forced to convene the Royal Council, because what was once a private misstep is now a constitutional threat. The Royal Council is called, and Camilla is named. It's Tuesday morning, just past 9 a.m., when King Charles calls an emergency meeting inside the White Drawing Room at Buckingham Palace. Only senior royals and trusted advisors are present. No cameras, no press, no aides. Just one agenda: Camilla. A private investigation quietly launched weeks earlier has finished. The findings? Damning. Documents show charity funds linked to Camilla's patronages were funneled into Tom Parker Bowles's culinary ventures. Money marked for community projects ended up supporting restaurant launches, PR events, and exclusive tastings in London and Bath. The paper trail is long and irrefutable. Prince William presents the evidence himself, calm, factual, and relentless. "This isn't just about titles," he says. "This is about the integrity of the crown." Princess Anne, quiet but powerful, speaks next. She rarely involves herself in internal drama, but today she's firm. What's been done can't be undone, but it must be addressed. Even moderate voices around the table agree. Camilla's conduct, from manipulating media to financial overreach, is labeled a breach of public trust. Charles stays silent for most of the meeting, but when asked for a final statement, he doesn't defend her. He simply nods and says, "Let the record reflect. We move forward." Just after 11:30 a.m., Camilla is summoned. She enters pale, unreadable. A document is read aloud. It outlines the misuse of funds, the press manipulation, and actions unbecoming of royal responsibility. She doesn't speak, not once. The final line seals her fate. Her Majesty will no longer serve in active capacity on behalf of the monarchy. It's not a trial, but in royal terms, it's a conviction. By sunset, she is stripped of all executive royal duties. Her name is officially removed from ongoing policy meetings, charity strategy boards, and public-facing roles. The palace doesn't release a public statement, but insiders leak the words whispered as she left the room. "You're not banished, but you are no longer needed." And the cleanup begins. The silent execution, role, budget, and staff removed. Within just 48 hours of the Royal Council's decision, a silent but ruthless operation begins inside Buckingham Palace. Not with headlines, not with handcuffs, but with quiet commands and digital erasure. The damage control team, acting under direct instruction from senior aides, initiates what insiders call a soft extraction. Their mission is clear: remove Camilla from all operational threads of the monarchy, without drama, without delay. By Thursday morning, her entire personal staff, a hand-picked group of planners, press managers, stylists, and private secretaries, is disbanded. Those with seniority are quietly reassigned. The rest, let go. No thank you cards, no closing statements, just unsigned NDAs and locked drawers. It was like watching a house emptied in a single night, one royal press liaison whispers. By Thursday afternoon, the royal family's official website undergoes a quiet but unmistakable update. Camilla's biography is relocated to the archived profiles. Her photo, once featured prominently beside King Charles, disappears from the Working Royals gallery. Her patronages, more than 90 of them, are marked with a single line, "Currently under review." By Friday morning, even her budget is gone. The once generous annual royal allowance, estimated at £1.7 million for wardrobe, travel, personal security, and event production, is immediately frozen. Her royal credit account is deactivated. Funds for future appearances are pulled back. Scheduled engagements are cancelled without explanation. And the biggest blow, one of her most cherished projects, the Literary Garden Gala, which she founded in 2011, is reassigned. Overnight, the entire event is placed under the direction of Catherine, Princess of Wales. Camilla doesn't find out from the palace. She finds out from a friend who forwards her the new digital invitation with a text that simply reads, "Did you know about this?" She didn't, and no one told her. Left with no duties, no staff, and no official place within the family's future plans, Camilla retreats to Raymill House, her private residence in Wiltshire, a world away from London, from the throne, from everything she once fought to hold. Once her refuge during the height of scandal, Raymill now becomes her cage. No press, no visitors, no official royal protection, only silence. It's like she vanished overnight, a former staffer says. Like she was never there to begin with. The fallout doesn't stop with her. Tom Parker Bowles, once enjoying a quiet culinary empire with palace prestige behind him, begins to feel the collapse. Sponsors walk away, investors back out. Media invites dry up. Without the royal shine, he's just another chef with a fading brand. The damage is not just personal, it's generational. Camilla, once at the side of the King of England, now exists in a strange, suspended royal reality, untitled in action, untrusted in influence, and unseen in public. She's not in exile. She's not disgraced. But what the monarchy did is colder than either. They made her invisible. Behind palace walls, the marriage collapses. It's late on a Sunday night. The palace is still, and Camilla is called to Buckingham one last time. No council, no press, just a quiet meeting between husband and wife. She arrives just after 8 p.m., escorted through a side entrance. No titles, no protocol, just a single guard, a silent hallway, and the king she once thought would protect her. Charles is waiting in the blue drawing room, alone. No advisors, no distractions. The weight of the last 4 weeks hangs between them like fog. Camilla doesn't sit. She speaks first. "You let them do this to me. You watched." Charles breathes deeply, then replies, voice low and measured, "I didn't let them. I just didn't stop them." He explains what she already knows: the press leaks, the charity audit, the failed defense. Everything spiraled too far. He couldn't protect her without damaging the monarchy. And in his eyes, the crown must always come first. "I loved you," he says, "but I had to protect the institution, and I had to protect William." Camilla doesn't cry. She's past tears. She just stands there, silent, stiff, and suddenly smaller than she's ever seemed. Then, in a whisper, she asks, "Why didn't you even try?" Charles doesn't answer, because the answer is already clear. If he had to choose between her and the crown, he already did. She leaves without ceremony. No goodbye kiss, no final hug. Not even a glance backward. Just the soft click of the door as it shuts. And with that, 2 decades of partnership come to an end. Not with scandal, not with speeches, but with silence. A silence that will echo through the palace for years. The rise of William and Catherine. A new era begins. In the days that follow the fallout, a shift happens inside the monarchy. Not loud, not forced, but unmistakable. The focus moves. The tone changes. And for the first time in decades, the royal spotlight tilts with full weight toward Prince William and Catherine. By mid-November, the transition is no longer quiet. It's official. The Prince and Princess of Wales step into roles once guarded for the sovereign and his consort. On November 14th, they host their first independent state reception at Kensington Palace. The guest list includes foreign leaders, Commonwealth ambassadors, and heads of major UK charities. The tone of the evening is sharp but warm, crisp suits, soft lighting, confident smiles. It felt like the future, one guest later told The Times. Not a show, a statement. For the press, the message is even louder. Headlines roll in within 24 hours. William and Kate, the power couple of the crown. Stepping forward, not back, a new royal tone. Meanwhile, Catherine quietly finalizes her takeover of Camilla's former engagements. Patronages that had long been associated with the Queen consort, from literary programs to women's health charities, are smoothly transferred under Catherine's leadership. New branding is unveiled. New ambassadors are selected. Invitations are reissued under different seals. And remarkably, the public barely notices because everything feels natural. Right, like this was always supposed to happen. Approval ratings prove it. A YouGov poll released on November 12th shows William as the most trusted royal since Princess Diana. With 83% favorability across the UK, Catherine sits just behind him, with a commanding lead among younger demographics and international audiences. The monarchy, long weighed down by generational friction, suddenly feels light, modern, relevant, alive. And Camilla? She disappears. No official statement is made. No update posted to the royal website. Her biography remains archived. No public goodbye. No final appearance. She is simply gone. No one says the word banished. No one needs to. The king rules, one senior palace insider tells a private group, but it's William and Catherine who lead. Inside the palace, their presence expands. They take on weekly briefings, lead international calls, and begin crafting a 5-year plan for royal engagement reform, something only monarchs typically do. Charles, for all his title and ceremony, now watches as his son becomes the true center of gravity. And behind closed doors, the whispers that once felt treasonous are now spoken like fact. Camilla lost. William reigns. The monarchy didn't collapse. It evolved. And the era of William and Catherine? It has only just begun. Her name erased. Her staff dismissed. Her legacy undone. Camilla thought loyalty to Charles would shield her, but she miscalculated the strength of the crown. In the end, it wasn't rage that removed her. It was silence. And now, she watches as William and Catherine lead the monarchy she tried to shape.